What's up? What's up? What's up, YouTube? Right now, you're hanging with Mr. Jackson. We are doing another reaction, y'all. Another reaction, man. Why PS Plus Premium is the biggest scam and crime against gamers ever. See, when they went up with the price, y'all. I went back to PS Plus what's called the lowest payment just in case I want to play online with my friends back in the days, y'all. But they don't even really play, y'all. So, and some of the games you got to have PS Plus, y'all. So that's the reason why I got the lowest one, y'all. Cause I the last 2 years I had PS Extra just for the extra games, y'all. Even though I ain't played none of them, but enough of that. We about to go ahead and get into it, y'all. I really don't think it's worth getting premium if you're a type of person that barely could play games anyways. If you're the type of person that barely can play games, ain't no need to get it. Yo, you may as well just buy certain games that's on premium that you want to buy. Just buy like 1 or 2 games. And you would save a whole lot of money. Cause that jig is like $100 and some dollars. You could get about 2 games with that. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and get into this reaction, y'all.
Have you ever had a day when you were just scrolling through your news feed and then one headline ruins your whole day? I mean the title of the article being so bad that you're not even gonna bother reading it? It happened to me twice. First time, someone wrote an article, or rather just a long question with, "Would you pay more for a PS5 that supports backward compatibility?" Yeah, that question was so bad that I made a full rant about it.
Nope. It should be automatic like that. It's like that with Xbox. It should be automatic like that for PS5 too, y'all. How much PS5 costs? $500?
About it. So here we are today, and you might be asking yourself, what is it this time?
It's like I said, you can just buy the old games because they is selling them separate, yo. Some of them games like, I think, $12, $19. You can get like 3 or 4 of them, yo, and play them. And you'll save way more money. Way more money, yo. Cause it ain't like PS5 doing what Xbox doing, yo. When the game first come out, exclusives for they first come out for Xbox, it goes to the pass, y'all. PS ain't doing that. They're trying to make money, not lose money.
And my question is, really? Really, are you sure about that? Pay a subscription to play retro PlayStation games in the cloud, and as soon as you stop paying for the subscription, all your games are gone. Is it really the best way to enjoy retro games?
Nope.
Sony really cannot mod its own console to play all the retro games, or is it coming from a place of greed? Let's dive into the key points to explore whether this claim holds up, or if it's just another way for Sony to capitalize on nostalgia. One of the major issues with PS Plus Premium is its reliance on cloud gaming for retro titles. When you pay for the service, you're not actually owning any of the games, you're renting access to them. The moment you stop paying for PS Plus, all those games vanish from your library. This model puts players at a disadvantage, especially when compared to the physical copies of retro games or even digital purchases that you actually own. You might end up spending a significant amount of money over time and still be left with nothing once you cancel your subscription. Is this really the best way to enjoy retro games? Probably not. If you're a true retro enthusiast, owning the game outright, whether through purchasing a physical copy or a digital download, is often a more satisfying experience. It also allows you to preserve the gameplay at whenever you want, and even pass it down to future generations, a key aspect of the retro gaming culture. One of the most glaring issues with Sony's approach is the absence of full backward compatibility on the PS5. The PS2 could play PS1 games, and the early PS3 models could run both PS1 and PS2 titles. However, Sony has moved away from this model, possibly out of a desire to push their subscription service. Why not allow
and to make more money? That's why they did, y'all. Cause PS3, man, you even had to pay for the to play online, stuff like that. All that was free, y'all. I miss them days.
The PS5 to natively run all older PlayStation games. After all, the technology is certainly there. The answer might lie in financial motivations. By not offering full backward compatibility, Sony can drive more players towards PS Plus Premium, creating a steady revenue stream. But from a consumer standpoint, this feels more like a move rooted in corporate greed than in enhancing the gaming experience. Gamers who have already spent money on these older titles are now being asked to pay again through a subscription service. Another strong argument against PS Plus Premium as a must for retro enthusiasts is the availability of emulators and classic consoles. Emulation has come a long way, with programs like RetroArch, DuckStation, and PCSX2 allowing you to play PS1 and PS2 games on modern hardware. These emulators often enhance the gaming experience with better graphics, faster load times, and even custom mods. Plus, once you've set them up, you have unlimited access to your games without any recurring costs.
Look at old games,
then,
y'all.
there are the classic consoles
they
like
do
the
look better.
PS1 and PS2, which you can still find online or in retro gaming stores. With a bit of tinkering, these consoles can be modded to play a vast library of games.
Here's a fun little secret about the play.
You could upgrade. Yeah, you could upgrade the gameplay to 60 frames per second too, y'all.
PlayStation 2 expansion bay. Now, contrary to what a lot of the comments will say, this little expansion bay back here wasn't a place to hide your stash from your parents. You could actually put a network adapter there, or Sony even made a hard disk drive add-on that, to be honest with you, didn't really do much. But recently, some really clever folks found a better use for it. This here is called a GameStar, and it's very similar to the network adapter. Now, you can actually take a SATA hard drive and connect it to the GameStar network adapter. This then very carefully slides into your PlayStation, nice and snug, and with the help of a little thumb drive and a very special memory card, your PlayStation 2 now has about 800 PlayStation 2 games pre-installed on it. Not to mention about 600 or so PlayStation 1 games.
Why pay a subscription when you can have a one-time investment in a modded console that offers a more authentic experience? Now, you might wonder about the legality of emulation and modding. Technically, emulation itself isn't illegal. What's illegal is downloading ROMs of games you don't own. However, this legal gray area hasn't stopped many from exploring emulation as a viable way to enjoy retro games. And when we compare this to the legality of companies like Sony shutting down online services or removing digital games from storefronts, it becomes an ethical debate rather than just a legal one. Is it fair for companies to render single-player games unplayable by shutting down servers, or for them to charge players multiple times for the same content through subscription services? Many would argue that it's not, which makes the case for emulation and physical ownership even stronger. Okay, let's break this down. What is your favorite retro game generation? Is it PS1, is it PS2, or PS3? Regardless of your choice, I'm going to show you how you can enjoy each generation in a better way. Starting with PS1. With the first generation of PlayStation, we got plenty of choices. One of them being the classic PS1 console, where you can enjoy most games natively. Remember the PlayStation Classic? It didn't exactly live up to expectations. When we first heard that a PlayStation Classic was being released, we were excited, especially since it was coming out around the same time Nintendo released their NES and SNES classics, which were great. But the PlayStation Classic seemed kind of lazy by comparison. It came with 20 pre-installed games, but the selection was underwhelming. Where were the iconic titles like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, or Gran Turismo, games that actually made the PS1 popular? Instead, we got titles like Mr. Driller and Intelligent Cube. While there
I know she about to make me spend some money, y'all. I can tell. She about to make me spend some money.
were some cool games included, it could have been so much better. Plus, this thing cost $100. Don't worry, it's a lot cheaper now. Dare I say cheaper than a brand new PS5 game. Modding the PS Classic has been possible for a while now, but it's gotten a lot better and, more importantly, a lot easier with the release of Project Eris, which unlocks a whole bunch of other features for the mini console. You can add more PS1 games by simply dragging and dropping your legally obtained ROMs into the appropriate folder on the flash drive. It's really that easy, and you can load up to 650 games on this thing, assuming you legally own all of them, of course. But adding more games is just the beginning. One of the big criticisms of the PS Classic was the emulator it used. The default emulator ran at 50 Hz instead of 60, lacked options, and used a 2x bilinear filter that stretched and blurred the games, making them look pretty bad. Fortunately, with RetroArch, you can use a much better PS1 emulator. This allows you to remove that awful bilinear filter, use enhanced resolution for a crisper look, and even add CRT shaders to give the games a more authentic feel. With these mods, mods, the PlayStation Classic transforms from a disappointment into a versatile and powerful retro gaming machine. Another way to enjoy PS1 games is by owning a PS2 console. The PS2 is known for its incredible library of games and backward compatibility with the PS1, making it a solid choice for reliving those classic titles. But let's not make this video longer than it needs to be. Let's talk about the PS3. First off, can we all agree that the classic fat PS3 is one of the most beautiful, luxurious-looking consoles ever made?
And they expensive now too, y'all.
And glossy finish made it stand out in any entertainment setup. However, it was also one of the most controversial consoles, mainly due to its high launch price and the challenges Sony faced during its early years. But here's the cool thing about the fat PS3. It could play games from all previous PlayStation generations. That's right, the original fat PS3 models were fully backward compatible, meaning you could pop in your favorite PS1 or PS2 discs and play them just like on the original consoles. This feature made it a powerhouse for retro gaming, allowing you to access an extensive library of games from the PS1, PS2, and PS3 eras, all in one machine. Unfortunately, this full backward compatibility was later removed in newer PS3 models to cut costs, but those early fat PS3s remain a sought-after piece of hardware for collectors and gaming enthusiasts alike. If you're lucky enough to own one, you've got yourself a versatile console that can handle almost the entire PlayStation library, making it an excellent option for anyone looking to experience the classics. But I'll be honest, if you're really looking for the best bang for your buck, especially when it comes to PS2 titles, you're better off using Dolphin to play your legally owned ROMs. I used to play a lot of Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi 3, a game I legally owned on my Samsung Galaxy S21 FE, running at full HD 60 FPS. The experience was smooth, and it showed just how far emulation has come on mobile devices. So there are plenty of alternatives out there for retro gaming, and in my opinion, PS Plus Premium is a scam. I've always thought it was a crime against consumers. And look, I'm the biggest fan of PlayStation, but that doesn't mean I'm a blind fan. I'll call them out on stuff like this, and I'll always push back against articles that claim PS Plus Premium is a must for retro gamers. It's not. There are better, more cost-effective ways to enjoy the classics without getting sucked into subscription services that don't deliver the value they promise. If you want more content like this, where I dissect company shill articles like this, like the video, and hey, maybe subscribe.
All right, y'all. You go her channel right here. Y'all go check her out. But the PS3s, y'all, I went back and looked, y'all. A lot of them like probably 200 plus, y'all. PS3s, man, the big ones. Cause I was trying to get one. Cause I saw a video too of that little thing you could put in the back of your PS3. You get a lot of games. Cause I was thinking about doing that myself. But yeah, it got expensive to y'all. But if y'all want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comment. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I see you. Peace. I'm out.